We have spent multiple episodes on this channel walking through what was on Feroz Khan's phone. And if you watched those episodes, you will know I went in it. All right, let me give you the condensed version for context before we talk about what that July 1st means, because I'm not going to assume you watched that episode. Feroz Khan, first of all, fought for months to stop the commission accessing his seized iPhone and hard drive.
A few weeks ago, on the 10th of May. Then, last week, on Wednesday, the 3rd of June, the Commission was served with an urgent application brought by General Khan in the Houghton High Court in Johannesburg, in which he was seeking to interdict and restrain the Commission and the SAPS, amongst others, from dealing with any of his devices and any data or information on his devices. The Commission then replied with a lengthy affidavit on Saturday night, the 6th of June, explaining why the material on General Khan's devices was necessary for the Commission's processes. Yesterday, that Sunday, the Commission learned that General Khan had secretly approached the court with an attempt to hold the proceedings in camera and to deny the public access to any of the affidavits of the Commission. This morning, General Khan abandoned that urgent application. That's the application to have the initial secret application heard in camera, and he also abandoned his initial urgent application against the Commission. Now, following a case management meeting that was held this morning before the acting Deputy Judge President of Gauteng, Madam Justice Lebogang Modiba, the withdrawal of both General Khan's applications will be captured or embodied in a court order, hopefully later this afternoon. And as soon as that order has been issued, the Commission will make its affidavits available to the media and to the public. So as matters stand, and in short, Major General Khan is set to appear before the Commission on the 1st of July, and his testimony is key to the Commission's work, given the very serious allegations which have been made against him and other implicated officers, as well as other individuals. That, in short, is the statement that the Commission has just released.
He went to court. He got the best lawyers he could. He filed papers. Then on the 9th of June, he suddenly withdrew every single legal challenge. The guy just gave up. And the Commission released the documents within hours. They said, thank you. Thank you for realizing we were not going to give up on you. And thanks for giving up. 750 pages. 750 pages. 29 annexures. The affidavit of Commission Investigator Tshepo Nyatlo, detailing what was on that phone in meticulous, specific, documented detail. What those documents allege, and I want to be careful to say allege because this is what the investigator's affidavit claims, not yet tested live evidence, is the following. Feroz Khan was in WhatsApp communication with Mohammed Sayed, co-founder of Carnilinx, a tobacco company at the center of illicit trade allegations. Carnilinx donated $650,000 to the EFF. One of its principals paid Julius Malema's personal tax debt of 1 million rand. Khan allegedly used his position to facilitate a COVID mask tender on Mohammed Sayed's behalf. Khan allegedly interfered in the Errolton drug bust, the 300 million rand cocaine seizure that we have discussed across multiple episodes. Khan allegedly shared details of police operations with Mohammed Sayed, the head of Carnilinx. Khan allegedly helped draft parliamentary questions specifically designed to target then Police Minister Bheki Cele through an inquiry about Cele's links to convicted drug dealer Timmy Marimutu. And the commission's investigator concluded that Julius Malema provided political protection, basically, for Feroz Khan based on a message relayed through Mohammed Sayed from Malema telling Khan not to resign and that they would win the fight together. Whatever Feroz Khan did, he should not even consider resigning. July 1st, Feroz Khan sits down and faces all of that under oath on camera in front of advocate Matthew Chaskelson, the same man whose teeth Malema threatened to fix on X, formerly known as Twitter, the same advocate who dismantled Brown Mokhotsi so thoroughly that Mokhotsi tried to have him recused for being too effective. The same advocate who caught Colonel Gavin Jacob lying so comprehensively about cocaine storage that Justice Madlanga told him to his face in those exact words, "You are lying." That advocate is going to spend hours, possibly days, taking Feroz Khan through every single one of those 29 annexures. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be worth it. Every WhatsApp exchange, every contact card, every message where his name appears in the same thread as drug dealers, tobacco smugglers, and the leader of a parliamentary opposition party known as Julius Malema. And Khan will have to answer under oath. So buckle up, teddy bears. This is going to be a ride. There are a few things I want you to watch for, specifically on the day. And I want you to understand what makes each of these significant. Number one, watch whether Feroz Khan's version of what the context with Mohammed Sayed's meant aligns with what the commission's investigator found. So what I'm basically trying to say is you need to watch whether Feroz Khan's version of events, whether his version of the contacts he had, the phone contacts he had with Mohammed Sayed are what the investigators are saying. Because if there is a significant gap between his version of the story and the documentary record the commission already holds, that gap in itself, which could be a lie, becomes evidence. Watch what he says about the COVID mask tender, specifically that I never knew about, because that exchange, asking within 1 hour of being contacted to facilitate a government procurement favor for a tobacco businessman, is perhaps the most unambiguous piece of documentary evidence of the relationship. Watch what he says. Number three, watch what he says about the Houghton drug bust, the cocaine story, and whether his account of his role aligns with what Colonel Gavin Jacobs said in his own testimony. Because if both men's versions contradict each other, if they're two different stories, one of them is lying under oath, like Justice Madlanga said, you are lying. One of them is lying under oath, and it's bad because one of them have already testified and the other is testifying. And lastly, watch very carefully what he says about Malema. Why? Because his answer to the question of whether Malema's name appearing in those documents reflects genuine political protection or innocent historical acquaintance is the answer that has the most direct political consequences for the most consequential political figure in this country outside the presidency. Julius Malema himself has already responded to the commission's findings in the way that has become his signature approach to accountability. Not with documents, not with a press conference, not with transparency, with a threat on X saying he would fix the teeth of the advocate asking the questions. And with an application to have portions of proceedings relating to him heard behind closed doors, away from cameras, away from the public record, a man who campaigns loudly and publicly on economic freedom and transparency is simultaneously applying to have the questions about his alleged relationship with a compromised crime intelligence general heard in secret. I will let South Africa decide what to make of that combination. Because when I say something, you guys will call me a conspiracy theorist. I told you all the facts. Let your brain do the connecting for you and tell me if I'm a conspiracy theorist. July 1st, the same date the Madlanga Commission chose for Feroz Khan's testimony as the very first time it has issued a summons compelling a witness to appear. A summons, not an invitation, a legal compulsion to sit in that chair and answer.